Andrew, when I interviewed you in Los Angeles, you had just beaten MTW. I think you came in there as the underdog, and now, well, the global finals are within reach. Is that something you would have expected in the beginning of October?
I think we came out wanting to make it to Germany in March. We definitely want to do a little better this tournament. We got really destroyed by MIBR, but we think we can take down dRew and EG, and we hope to get back to the finals versus MIBR. So that's our goal coming in, and we'd really like to get to Germany in March if we can.
Back in Los Angeles, you were still Paragon of Virtue. Then the old dRew team moved on to Gravitas, and you moved to dRew. If it hadn't been dRew, was there some other team that you had in mind maybe to move to a more professional team?
I don't know. We had a lot of offers while we were on POV, but they really weren't that stable, and we really wanted to stick there until we got something really we knew was concrete and financial. So we just waited. dRew, things sort of opened up there, and that was nice. We may have potentially moved, but I don't know. I guess we'd rather just pay for ourselves to go to events than join an organization that's really not going to do too much for you. It's not like Europe, where you guys have a lot of people throwing out a lot of money to their teams. It's a lot less in Counter-Strike in America. And especially with the CGS closing down, a lot of the organizations are sort of looking for CGS players. So we were real lucky to get dRew, and we're real thankful to Nick for that.
CGS closing down is a good thing that we can talk about. I'd say that teams like your team have benefited from 3D and complexity, and the other teams not being around anymore. As for some time, there's really only those names you heard in the American scene. What do you think is going to happen in the next months? Are those teams going to come back? Is it going to be 3D complexity dominance all over again?
It's kind of hard to say. On the first point, I think it actually kind of hurt us a lot when they left, because a lot of the, I guess the drive and the money sort of left in America. It really wasn't that many teams to practice against. There really wasn't a lot of money being thrown at 1.6. A lot of even the smaller organizations started focusing on Source because of CGS. So, I mean, it's nice to have them back. I think they'll be good. Complexity is definitely going to be strong. They were playing 1.6 while they were playing Source. And, I was talking to Fraud, and he said, hey, it took a long time for them to get back to their 1.6 form. So I think teams can do it, but I think the CGS players moving back are going to have to be able to live with losing a lot initially and sort of feeling like they weren't where they weren't up to par to their standards. So I think if they work hard, they put in the time and effort, I think you could see 3D and Complexity back towards the top. But at the same time, I think Gravitas, EG, and ourselves, I mean, we're going to make it hard for them, so that's the plan.
You just played against Complexity, right, a couple of days ago? So do you think what's their form in 1.6 at the moment?
They really didn't have too many strats, but they definitely have the teamwork. They've always had the teamwork. They play the same style that they used to, kind of the more old school style, but they incorporate some of the new school CS tactics in there. So I think they'll be good. They definitely have the aim. Fraud, Storm, Morton, all those guys still at the top of their game. I don't know if they're going to keep the same lineup for 1.6. I don't know if they're going to stay with Complexity, but if they do, I'd expect big things from them internationally as well.
So let's talk a bit more about your team. You were Paragon of Virtue, as I said, in Los Angeles. Now you're dRew. You changed one player. What else have you done to prepare for the Continental Finals?
We ramped up our practice a little bit. We tried to get a lot more serious coming into this event. I worked with Tom a lot individually to sort of get him incorporated into the team. He's fit really well play style and personality out the game, so it's worked well. Didn't really show versus MIBR, but hopefully we can come out tomorrow and prove that we are a top team, and hopefully can get a spot to Germany.
MIBR was in your group, which is, I'd say, kind of an advantage, as the team that you will be facing tomorrow is American. So Mob Gaming, Gravitas, Evil Geniuses, which one of those would be your favorite to meet?
We actually look at all of them kind of the same as far as skill level. They obviously have a lot of different play styles. I guess I'd like to play Mob. I haven't played them on LAN in a while. I'd like to get some revenge on them. But, I mean, I feel confident versus EG. I feel confident versus Gravitas. So hopefully we can, whoever we get tomorrow we can face. And like you said, we can put the MIBR match behind us, because sort of in our opinion, it really didn't hurt us if we finished first or second in our group, because, we're kind of expecting to play EG or Gravitas tomorrow, and either one's fine by us.
Do you think EG are going to perform well even without nothing being here?
Well, they definitely, I guess, 6 or 7 months ago, they had just a streak of maybe a year going first place every single tournament in America with that lineup, similar. The only player they're missing is Lim, and they replaced him with Hostile, and Hostile's a top player, so I think they're going to miss Jordan's fragging ability. He's definitely probably the top aimer in America, but maybe their chemistry is better with this lineup. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
If you qualify for the global finals, is there anything that you plan to do a boot camp before, go to Europe for some time to practice, or in what way will you then react to this qualification?
Depending on sort of what money comes in through Dust Off and through some of the other sponsors from dRew, we'd definitely like to do a European boot camp maybe 2 or 3 days before the event in Hamburg. But it may end up just being an dRew boot camp in DC, or potentially something else where we ramp up our practice before the event to get prepared. But yeah, definitely a European boot camp. I mean, I'd love it. It'd be fun.
Andrew, thank you very much, and good luck in your match tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Thank you.